All right, on today's video, we're going to show you how to solder copper pipe. Now, I know a lot of you have plastic water pipe, PEX water pipe where you're from, but you know, a lot of the places in the country and even the world still use copper pipe. So this little quick video is going to show you as a homeowner what tools you need to do it and how to do it. First thing you need is a bottle of propane and a torch. Usually you can buy this as a kit. You don't need MAP, you don't need anything else. You need a roll of solder, okay? Don't need quite this big of a roll. They sell smaller ones at Home Depot and Lowe's. Same with the flux. You can buy this in small quantities, but you got to have flux and you got to have a brush. You're not soldering anything without those. You got to have yourself a pair of cutters. They make these in different sizes. These ones are designed for getting into tight spaces. These type of cutters, a rigid brand, are for, you know, wide open like what we're doing in a demonstration here, or if you're cutting pipe and installing it. You need some sand cloth, right? We use this open mesh type. It's basically a sandpaper. It's used for cleaning the pipe up. I'll give you a quick little demonstration here. We're going to solder two ends of this pipe. So we just need to clean it and get it nice and pretty. I don't care if your pipe's brand new, you want to clean it off, all right? See that? Nice and shiny. You need yourself a brush, all right? You want to clean your fittings just as well. Don't listen to those handyman out there. Clean your pipe and your fittings. Even if they're brand new, you'll get a better solder joint. And believe me, a better solder joint means no leak. You don't want water flooding your basement, right? None of us do. All right, so we're just going to take that brush in there. It's just a wire brush. We're going to clean the inside of that fitting. See that there? Nice and pretty. All right, something else you want to have is a reaming tool. When you cut copper pipe, it's going to leave a ridge on the inside, and you're going to want to clean that. I'm going to show you quickly here a demonstration, taking my cutters. This is an old fitting that was on here. We're going to cut that off and resolder a new one on there. All you do is put that on there, spin it around, give the handle a little twist, spin it some more, give the handle a little twist. Bam. That's simple. Now, when I cut that pipe, there's a little ridge on the inside, okay? I'm going to take your reaming tool. This is just a little blade on here that spins around. You can see that. You want to put it inside the pipe, spin it around. You're going to want to get that ridge off. See that right there, that copper shaving? All right, now we got a nice smooth on the inside of our pipe. Do that on the other side. Basically what this does, guys, is this is going to make the water flow better through your house. If you ream every joint that you do, it takes a little bit of work, but eventually that water doesn't have to jump over those little lips, and you'll have a little better water flow. Okay, so we've got our pieces of pipe cut that we're going to use. We got our fittings. We need to clean this side of this piece of copper pipe. Again, I'm just kind of squeezing that on there tight, spinning the pipe around. Nice, clean, pretty joint. Now we're going to take our flux, get a little bit on there, and honestly, you're not going to put too much of this on, okay? I'd rather you put a little bit more on than a little less. So just on the inside of the fitting, where the pipe is going to insert to. You don't need to reach down all the way in there and get flux. Just on the ends there. Now your pieces of pipe. We're using 3/4 inch pipe, which means this piece of pipe is actually going to slide 3/4 inches inside the fitting. And also it's obviously 3/4 inch diameter. But that's just going to push in. That inserts into that hub 3/4 of an inch. So you don't need to clean an inch or two down on your pipe. There's no need to. Take your brush. Again, put a little more on. Don't worry about that. I'd rather you have a good solder joint. And you know, the more practice, the better you get. You'll learn less. All right, so we've got our pipes clean. We've got the fitting inserted. I'm setting them on these little pieces of 2x4 here just to make it easy. Remember, your pipe's going to be probably installed somewhere up in a ceiling joist, in a wall, behind a bathtub. I'm going to make this look pretty easy, but you know, it's a little more difficult depending on where you're trying to solder, which brings up another point. This fire blanket here, I suggest you buy one of these if you're going to be soldering in your house. This is a little fire retardant black cloth. They sell these in different shapes, sizes, colors. Basically what it is you can put this behind where you're soldering. So if your torch is pointing at this, the flame, you don't burn whatever's behind you, the wood, some wires, cables, whatever. So I'll show you here. We're just going to lay it down here, just kind of as a little safety. I don't really need it, but we've got it, so why not use it? All right, so we're ready to solder. We've got all the water out of our pipes, right? If you're in your home, you've got a leak, you're replacing a copper fitting that was maybe leaking, or you're adding a new shutoff valve or something. The main thing is to get all of the water out of your pipes. You will not solder anything if you still have water in. Obviously, we have a display here. We have no water to deal with, but trust me, don't try to solder with water in your pipes. You'll be there all day regretting it. So now when I heat this fitting up, I'm aiming towards the inside of this fitting. I'm not trying to heat the pipe up around it. I'm trying to heat this fitting. I want to draw the solder up into this 90. I'm going to be installing this solder right on the edge where the fitting meets the pipe on both sides, okay? Get your torch on. You don't need it full blast, about halfway. That's all you need. Get your piece of solder ready in your other hand. I'm right-handed, so it's easier to control the solder with my right hand, but I'll leave that up to you. All I'm doing is heating. See how that flame's going on that blanket there? Helping protect that wood from burning. Kind of heat it up. You take your solder. That's not quite ready. There you go. Oh yeah. See how that's just sucking that in? Undo the other joint. All right, and that's all there is to it. That is all there is to it. Now, do not touch that right away. Let it cool down. A, it's very hot. You'll burn yourself. And B, if you pick that up too soon, you're going to break the joint and you're going to have to cut it apart and resolder it. So, but anyway, here, this is a great little, see how the edge of this 2x4 started burning? That's how fast you can burn something in your house. Okay, so please listen to me. When you are soldering, if you're in your house, have a fire extinguisher ready, or at least a spray bottle of water next to you, okay? I don't want anybody to burn their house down. I don't want you to burn something up, so, you know, be safe. My guys actually carry fire extinguishers on their trucks, so if they ever have an issue, you know, hopefully they can take care of it. All right, remember, so this is kind of cooling down. See how that turned to a gray color now? It's not as bright. That means it's cooling. Honestly, in about 15 minutes, you can go turn the water on after soldering in your house, and you shouldn't have a problem. You know, wait as long as possible, but this stuff actually does dry and harden pretty quick. It's still incredibly hot. I can just tell touching that with my glove how hot that is. So when you get done, you take a rag, you kind of wipe it off. Again, that's very hot touching that. Just kind of take your rag, wipe it off, look at your joint. There you go, not bad. Solders all the way around. That was very quick and easy. Nothing to it. So again, have a fire extinguisher, get all the water out of your pipes. Practice makes perfect. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.